Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 283. Some pieces coming together for some teams. I'm Nick, and we have Harrison. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. How we doing?
Doing pretty well. Our Red Sox are just sitting there still doing nothing. So it's pretty great on
But
our end.
but Nick, they're in on so many players right now.
Oh,
They're in on them. They're in on them.
There's no man. And I
That
thought,
that and that and a couple bucks get you a cup of coffee.
holy smokes, which I do have my coffee tonight because we got a
There it is.
little bit of a late start. But anyways, we will get into it all. But first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So if you do any shopping for these products, please use our links as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show. Also have Rounding Third merch. Still not too late to get your merch for Christmas. Tell your family you want some Rounding Third merch, and you can find it on Etsy, Rounding Third Baseball on Etsy. And also on Patreon, we are still trying to build that community and really get it up. Eventually, that's where we want to put our game shows on, our Jeopardy, our Family Feud, and all of that. So check us out on Patreon. It's another great way to support us and to build a small baseball community. So check us out on Patreon. All right, let's get into the signings, the rumors, all of this. A lot of little pieces, I guess, this week. No real big ones. But we got Tyler Rogers, the sidearm Rogers from the right side, signs for 2 years, $37 million with the Blue Jays. Are the Blue Jays looking to become the juggernaut of the American League? Because they're in on Kyle Tucker. They're in on a Ketel Marte trade possibly. Are the Blue Jays looking to take the American League crown?
I mean, I think so. I think that this was the season they've been waiting for, to see the pieces come together and see what this team could really do. I think they were very hesitant the last couple of years to do anything big because they couldn't get it done. And now they've been there. They've won the American League. They came within, an inch of winning the World Series.
A couple times, but literally
a couple times. And I think they realized, like, okay, this is the time. Now is when we strike. And I do think they're going to go out there and make more moves, and they're going to continue to build. And as we said, this team's owned by the Rogers family, who owns the telecommunications company up there. They have money. They're in the top 3 or 4 of wealthiest ownership groups. They just wanted a reason to spend it, and now this team has shown they can get it done. And now it's time to throw everything in the middle of the table and go for it.
I mean, I agree. Like you said, so painstakingly close to a World Series championship. You got to.
Yep.
You have the core there. I'm still thinking Bichette ends up back in Toronto. I am. Like, as much as the news is coming out from other teams, he really liked his Zoom conference with the Red Sox. Okay, so that means he's not going to Boston. I really think he's just doing the free agent thing, but he's going to go back to Toronto and be like, hey, this is the top dollar I got. This was the bottom dollar I got. Let's meet somewhere in the middle because I want to play in Toronto. That's what I think ultimately happens with Bichette.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he wants to be there. They want him there. And I think we said going into the offseason that Bichette may linger for a little while as the Blue Jays figure out what their plan is, but I think they very much want a reunion, and we'll see what happens. But, he can't wait forever. Spots are going to start to fill up. So if we're still talking about Bichette here in 30 days, then I think the longer we go, the less likely it is he goes back to Toronto. But
yeah,
I think the reunion makes the most sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Yankees and Red Sox aren't doing anything, so they might as well. Great point, Captain.
But Captain, the Red Sox are in on so many. I mean, they're in on Pete Alonso. Oh, wait, he signed somewhere else.
Yeah.
But they're in on everybody. Like, somebody's bound to come here, right? Right?
Nope. No, not happening. But
And now the reports today were the Red Sox liked Alonso, but they really like Bregman better. So I I just I can't do it anymore. I
no,
can't I can't
I,
take that front office seriously.
no, I am at the point that they are completely out of touch with the free agent market, and I don't think it's close. I mean, beginning of the free agent market, everybody knew that the big free agents needed at least 5 years to even remotely be considered. And the Sox were like, "Yeah, how does 4 and 300 sound?" And they're like, "Well, no, no, we want the years. Like, sure, you gave us an extra $1 million a year, thanks, but no, we want the years." Oh, okay, sorry. They're just out of touch.
Well, and what kills me too is the fact that, Craig Breslow comes out afterwards and he's like, "Well, we tried. We're going to keep working. Like we're determined to, to do what has to get done this off season to make us a contender next year." But it's like I can't do it anymore. And these teams that are aggressive, the Blue Jays, you know, Tyler Rogers is a great bullpen arm.
Yep.
Um, probably a pitcher that most fans don't even know who he is, but a fantastic bullpen arm. And they didn't blink. 2 years, $37 million for a guy who's not a closer. Like, that's a pretty fat payday for a guy who's not even closing games. I mean, you're
Yeah.
talking, was it 18.5 million bucks a year to
Mm-hmm.
be a 6th and 7th inning guy? Maybe he pitches in the 8th on occasion. Like, the Blue Jays are not screwing around, and that is why they're signing people. Where
Yeah.
the Red Sox and the Yankees are both sitting there twiddling their thumbs, thinking that they're really important and people are going to come to them. Meantime, the market's just going right past them
Yep. Like it does every year. Yeah.
every year.
This phone call to Tyler Rogers didn't even he ended it as soon as they're like, "Hey, how does 2 years 37 done?"
Yeah.
Like it's just like, yeah, done.
When can I fly out for my physical?
Exactly. I'm just crazy, but I mean, good for the Blue Jays. Like we've said, we like seeing teams. We like seeing teams that have been in the bottom for a while
Yep.
starting to come back up to the top. The Blue Jays are one of them. They've been close a few years, and the Batista years, the Encarnacion years, but they're finally starting to get there. That core is finally starting to perform, and love it. So good for the Blue Jays here. Yeah, the dude literally throws from under the mound. You're not wrong, Ryan.
Wild. Like
Crazy.
scraping his knuckles like Chad Bradford. I mean, he's way down.
Yeah, imagine him coming in after Trey Savage. This
Oh
is
my
a
goodness.
great point, Captain. Blue
That
Jays
would be
have the
amazing.
pitcher with the highest release and the lowest release. Now that's insane.
That will mess with you. You go from
Yeah.
straight over the top to down to his ankles. I mean,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
yeah,
insane.
this Blue Jays team is not to be messed with. As
No.
everybody else has watched the market go by, these guys keep getting better,
Yep.
and they're going to be a dangerous team.
They are. All right. Well, since Tyler Rogers came from the Mets, it's only fitting that the Mets go out and overpay for somebody and get Jorge Polanco 2 years, $40 million. What are the Mets doing? Listen, I love Jorge Polanco. I think he's a good player. He is not $20 million a year player, I don't think. I mean, last year he had a hell of a year for the Mariners last year. He did. But 20 million a year? That's insane to me.
Yes, it absolutely is insane. And I don't understand the Mets. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't understand what it is they think they're going to accomplish with these overreaction signings. I don't. Soto already doesn't like him. I don't know what the hell's going on in New York. This is a team where there was no price too high. There was no player they couldn't have. There was no move they couldn't make. And now it is a mass exodus out of New York. And I saw somebody posted, the potential lineup for the Mets given right now, and Jorge Polanco is your first baseman next year. You're gonna swap out Pete Alonso for Jorge Polanco. Are you kidding? Don't get me wrong. I like Polanco, but this is a guy who's a 263 career hitter with 154 home runs in 12 seasons. This is not a guy. This is a 20 home run guy max on average.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he hit 33 back in 21. He hit 26 last year. I mean, he's a 20-ish home run guy. That's a lot of money for a guy who's a 260 hitter that's going to hit 20 bombs and in a corner infield spot. I don't get it.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm with you. I believe more and more every day the Mets equal the Padres. Yeah. The only difference is the Mets can pay money to get them out or keep them out of a hole, right? But they perform like the Padres. 1,000% with you there.
Yeah, they've got Scrooge McDuck money. But
this is sure you needed a first baseman, but you turn here. This is where you turn. I don't understand it. I mean, there's rumors that Paul Goldschmidt might still be considered to go over there. I mean, would it surprise you if the Mets signed Paul Goldschmidt to put him there?
Not anymore. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all at this point. I mean, to give you an idea, like I just heck of it, I want just to pick on Jorge Polanco. Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to make $17 million this year. You're going to pay Jorge Polanco 20.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And honestly, if you're going to roll with Polanco as one of your key guys, you might as well go get Goldschmidt too. Why not platoon him, or use that as a flex spot to move people around? I don't know what they're doing.
You can't platoon a $20 million player, can you?
Is he really an everyday guy though? I mean, is Polanco really an everyday guy?
I mean, he hits from both sides of the plate. So, I mean, he should be. If you're getting paid $20 million, buddy, you're on that field every day. That's how I look at it.
I mean, fair. This is a guy who's, a 2-WAR player over his career. Like he's okay. He's good. But yikes.
I feel for Mets fans. I really do. I mean, they have been nothing but loyal to that franchise since it's been around. One of the best fan bases, and what I mean by best is I mean loyal, right? I mean, they bleed New York Mets. And the organization, year after year after year, just shoves it right up their hoops every year. And this is, to me, this one, I would be looking for another team after this one. Diaz gone. Alonso gone. Didn't even talk to Pete Alonso. Gone. I mean, man, brutal. And I get some fan bases have no feelings towards Mets fans. It's fine. But as being a non-biased baseball show, as we try to be, I do feel for their fan base.
I mean, yeah. If I was in a Mets fan's shoes right now, I would be horrified to watch that team. I mean, it was bad enough that the team imploded and underperformed last year, but to watch it now get stripped apart and replaced with scraps. I mean, in what world, as a Mets fan, are you gonna view Jorge Polanco as an upgrade over Pete Alonso? I mean, you feel like you're losing everywhere. And now all the stories are coming out that, Lindor and Soto don't get along. Lindor and McNeil don't get along. Soto gets along with almost nobody. They couldn't make Lindor the captain because they were afraid of offending Nimmo because he was the longest tenured guy. Like, this is not just a dysfunctional team. This is a dysfunctional organization. Like, this is a culture problem.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the only way to fix it is to strip it down and start over. But you've finished 1 year with Juan Soto and you're already tearing it down because nobody gets along. This is not a good start.
No, it's not. Yeah, and Chad, this is a fantastic point. The Mets see the Dodgers spend and think that that is the key to success. They forget that quality of player matters. Yeah, I got nothing else to add. Yeah, nailed it. And
no,
that's what it is.
Look at that Blue Jays team. Going back to them again. What does that team have in common? You don't have the big egos. You got a bunch of guys who like Ernie Clement. Who the hell's Ernie Clement?
Yeah.
Andres Jimenez. The average fan probably barely knows who he is, but he is a grinder that just fits in. Vladdy Guerrero, not an egomaniac. These guys all just get out there and play ball. And there's a lot to be said about having a team full of guys that just want to show up, play hard, play together, and go home.
Captain, 1,000% agree. If you can't get along with Lindor, then you are the problem. Yeah. But unfortunately, since you paid that problem $56 million a year,
Yep,
you got to take out Frankie Lindor, who has been nothing but the absolute backbone of that team. Brutal. Yeah. This is not an overpay. I do think that Polanco is worth 2 years, $40 million. He's not Pete, but a decent replacement. So someone that kind of disagrees with us there. So East Coast says that he's a nice ball player. He's good. Like we said, he's good. I personally don't think he's worth $20 million. I don't think the Mets are going to look back after this 2 years and be like, was Jorge Polanco worth the $40 million we paid him? I don't think they will. And like, listen, no one's going to replace Pete Alonso, right? No one. You're just not. So yes, he is quote unquote Pete's replacement. But I think my overall point is after the 2 years are over and Steve Cohen sits down, he says, was Jorge Polanco's $40 million worth it? Yes or no? The answer is going to be no. That's how I view it.
Yeah, I think, and again, I think Polanco is a good piece. I think $20 million a year is a little bit much for him, but it's not unreasonable. I mean, he's probably a $14 to $15 million a year guy because he has value. He's got positional flexibility. The guy can hit. It's hard to sell him as a an adequate replacement to a guy like Pete Alonso. But I do think that his tendency to make contact and things like that probably isn't bad for the Mets to have a guy like that in the lineup. It's an underwhelming replacement move for Pete. You lose Pete and you come right behind it with, hey, look, we got Jorge Polanco, and I'm sure Mets fans are going, who cares? Like, who cares?
Yeah. And East Coast, this is fair because as Red Sox fans, we're kind of saying the same thing. Like, just sign somebody. And yes, we've made a couple trades. I get it, but I understand your overall point. You said, I'm just glad we signed somebody. David Stern doesn't know how to run a baseball team, and you can ask my dad. I have some very strong opinions about Stearns, and that's fine. Harrison, can you run Polanco's career stat line right off the top? I know you kind of did a little bit earlier, but
yeah. So we want to go career, or we want to go last year?
Yes.
Okay, let's go last year. Last year he hit 265, 26 home runs, 78 RBIs, 125 hits. He had an OBP of 326, a slug of 495, and an OPS of 821. Good numbers. Not jump off the page, crazy numbers, good numbers.
How many games?
138 games.
Okay.
So, I mean, played most of the season. For his career, he's about a 263 hitter, 150 home runs, 330 career OBP. So he's kind of right in his career number. 442 slug. He's a little higher last year. 771 OPS. He was a little bit higher last year. I mean, last year was definitely, aside from 2021, his best season. 2021 with the Twins, he hit 269 with 33 and 98. OPS of 826. So, I mean, again, a guy that is a good player, but outside of those couple of seasons, he's been a pretty average guy.
Yeah. And I guess, Ryan, right? If you have Scrooge McDuck money, why not, I guess.
Yeah, this to me is more the Mets like, oh crap, we need somebody. This guy fits the bill. We have to get him. Like, we have to make sure that there's no like, well, let me come back to you. No, I need a decision today. I need to know now.
Yeah.
And again, Polanco, good clubhouse guy, good culture guy, good personality, can do a lot of things. Not the worst signing you could make. It's just really hard to have the news of Pete break, and then you're like, hey, but look at this, we got Jorge Polanco.
Yeah,
because fans are going to be like, who cares?
I mean, he did have some clutch hits for the Mariners in the playoffs, but
Great for them, but you got to
yeah,
make the playoffs for that to matter. And right now,
and fair.
yeah,
All right. Some Texas Rangers news here. I mean, not much that moves the needle, but Alexis Diaz and Tyler Alexander both signed 1-year deals with the Rangers. So kind of firms up their bullpen a little bit. And then catching those bullpens would be none other than Mr. AL East himself, Danny Jansen. But he's now in the West. So Danny Jansen signs 2-year deal with the Rangers. How are we feeling about the Texas Rangers? The rumors of Corey Seager are starting to fly around now. Are the Rangers just looking for pieces to plug and play at this point and try to ship everybody out? Garcia gone, Seager gone. Will anybody take Jonah Heim? Like, it seems to me they're shopping everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Rangers are trying to throw a bunch of things out there and see what works, see what they can pull off, and you know, good moves. You know, getting bullpen arms is never a bad idea. You know, I say getting arms in general. I mean, the way the Rangers have dealt with injuries, any arm is a good arm right now. And Alexis Diaz is a guy who was really, really good for a while.
Yeah.
Hit a bump in the road, maybe able to get it back.
Yeah, looking to kind of resurrect his career there a little bit in Texas.
Yep. And Danny Jansen, he's a guy every year I go, man, how does he still have a job? Then look at the numbers and go, oh, well, because he's actually still pretty good. He's just kind of quietly good.
Yeah.
You know, but Jansen had an almost 3-WAR season. He's an adequate at the plate. You know, good defensive catcher. He's valuable. And for a team that really needs some reliability behind the plate, you know, Jansen, he's not really a full-time player, but there's no reason he couldn't be. And when you need him, he's there. So I think the Rangers are doing the right things, trying to get a little bit younger. Not that Danny Jansen helps you because he'll be 31, but get a little bit younger, bring in a whole slew of new faces, and just try to put this thing back together. I don't know that trading Corey Seager is realistic, especially because you're not going to get much in return for somebody who's going to have to eat that massive contract or what's left of it.
Yeah,
but the Rangers are kind of nibbling around the edges to try to make this a better team.
Yeah, Corey Seager still, we looked at it the other week, right? He still has the highest contract for shortstops across the league.
Yeah, he's still number one.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a hard contract to move. Almost impossible. Unless someone's really hard up for a shortstop at some point. But I don't know. The Rangers are hard because, you know, we've said it before. They got their World Series. They're happy. Fans are happy. How much time does that buy the Texas Rangers, though, before the complaints start rolling in again?
Yeah. And I misspoke. Francisco Lindor is number one. Seager's number two.
Okay.
Frankie's $34 million a year. Corey Seager's $32.5. But still, when Corey Seager signed that contract, it was a monster.
Yeah.
And it still is a monster. And it goes until 2031. So, so I mean, your age, you know, he'll be 32 next year. And you still have 5 more seasons after that, paying him $31.5 million a year.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
No. But as we say, when you sign these big extensions, you are signing these guys to get at least one World Series out of this contract. Yep. That's what you did, right? You paid for Semien, you paid for Seager, hoping you got one World Championship in there, and you did. So the contract has paid for itself. Now it's just, how do we get rid of this? Because
exactly,
we won Now, who wants him? Right? I mean, that's where the Rangers are at right now.
Exactly. You got what you wanted. You got the World Series win. He puts butts in seats, but not as much as he used to. Although, he is coming off one of his better seasons in terms of health, because that's been the biggest problem with Seager is, he is a 120 game a year guy.
Yeah.
And he played 102 this year, but absolutely maxed out what you got out of him in that time frame. But he's about 120 game a year guy, and but he'll still put up numbers that are damn near MVP level, which is scary.
Yeah, and I mean, he quietly had a good year this year, right? It was pretty solid, and I don't think brought up Corey Seager once this season, to be completely honest.
Nope.
So
no, I mean, it wasn't really much of a need to, because the Rangers were such a mess.
Yeah, right. So interesting to see where the Rangers go from here. If they still try to, ship out those guys. Well, Adolis is gone, right? He's a free agent because they non-tendered him. They non-tendered his contract, and they non-tendered. Maybe they did non-tender Jonah Heim.
Heim they outright walked away from. They non-tendered him.
So both of them are non-tendered. So those guys are out there for some team if they want some strikeouts. So,
yep.
Interesting. All right. Christopher Morel to the Marlins on a 1-year deal. How do we like this move for an upcoming Marlins team? Now, I know it's 1 year, so it doesn't really do anything. Is this just a stopgap for the Marlins to have their young kids kind of get another year underneath their belt? Or is this to kind of see what Morel's got? And maybe he could be part of the picture in the future.
Yeah, I think this is a situation where the Marlins see a guy who's 26 years old, who's shown very raw talent and power, and in 4 seasons has had some serious ups and downs. And I think the Marlins see him as a guy who's still very young, a guy who is still developing, a guy who you can get cheap. And why not? Bring this guy in. He becomes a hole filler for a little while, or maybe he ends up becoming a more important piece of this team, but he's a guy that's still got a lot of potential upside and is still very young. I mean, he fits right into what that team is doing, young and raw.
Yep. Yeah. Agree with these comments in the chat. John Temple says trade bait for sure. Ryan says dude could hit 40 bombs. He could also strike out 225 times, or he could also do both.
Do both at the same time.
Right. And Curtis agree. He's a low grade slugger, right? I mean, you didn't pay much to get him. He gives you 30 to 35 home runs. Heck, even 25 home runs, you're happy. Yep. Right? Because Kyle Stowers is a beast. And maybe he gives him a little bit of protection there. I don't know. But again, Marlins are a team that nothing's really expected of them. Were they better than we thought last year? Hell yeah, they were. Yep. We didn't expect them to be the team that they were last year. And young teams like that are dangerous because they're like, hey, everyone's counting us out. No one's giving us a shot. So we don't have any pressure on us. Just go out, play our game, and out hustle the other team and get some wins. And Marlins weren't that far out of the playoff picture, which is crazy. Adding a couple pieces might help this team. So,
and this is a guy that, he did well in Chicago. He did not do well in Tampa. He didn't really have consistent playing time. He didn't really have a position. I mean, the dude just floated everywhere. So I look at this as, maybe the Marlins have a plan where, hey, we can get this guy more consistent at bats, put him in a position, and just leave him there and let the kid just play. Because he showed in Chicago that he's got some very raw talent.
Yeah. Yeah, unlimited position flexibility with Morel too. Ryan, it was for $771,000. So it wasn't even $1 million. So, yeah, they sign him for dirt cheap.
Yeah, and their thinking is that they may look to slot him in at first base. Potentially, knowing that he could go play other places, but right now he could slot in as their first baseman.
Wow. Yeah. So again, you are paying essentially league minimum for this guy to come join your team and possibly hit you 25 to 30 homers. Now, he could be an absolute disaster as well, and he's DFA'd by May. We don't know. But yes, he needs a true hitting coach. Agree.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, no brainer, Ryan. Give the kid a shot. It's a tryout. It's a tryout contract.
Yep.
1,000% is what this is. So
Yeah, and I wouldn't be shocked if there were other teams that hadn't made a similar call and the Marlins just had a kind of a better option for him. Because again, this is a dude 26. He showed he can play. In the right situation, he could be a stud. He could put up some numbers for you.
Yep.
But he's got to get the contact up. There's just way too much swing and miss in his game.
Yep, agree. Michael Garcia, your Royals, Harrison, 5-year extension with a 6-year club option. Where are your Royals heading this season?
Straight to third place.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the re-signing of Michael Garcia. He had a great season this year. He and Bobby Witt have formed a great left side of the infield combo. Very important, I think, to keep him. But I keep asking, like, where are the reinforcements? Where are the other players coming? Where is the trade? Where is the signing? Who is going to come help this team score runs? Because the Royals can pitch, the Royals can field, the Royals can run. They just can't score runs. Yeah. That's the one thing they can't do. And Michael Garcia had a great season. Bobby Witt had a great season. Pasquatch had a great season. Salvi was Salvi. But you need more. Like, I love the fact they're going to keep Michael Garcia. I love the fact that he and Bobby Witt Jr. will be together on the left side of the infield for years to come. But Jesus, like, can we go get another bat or two? Can we please make that offense better? Please go get Brendan Donovan. Please trade for Jaron Duran. Please go sign somebody. Because yes, Jack Caglianone's going to come back for you're going to have him for a full season this year. Whoop-de-doo. Like, you need more than that. You need bats.
Yeah. I mean, the Royals can't score 150 runs in the year, all driven in by Bobby Witt Jr., right. Which pretty much what it was. Bobby Witt's, line is like 375 batting average, 35 home runs, 150 knocked in. And then you look at the Royals offensive lines and it's 375 average with 35 home runs, 150 knocked in. It's all Bobby Witt. There's no other production. Now, Pasquatch had a better year because he was healthy, but you're right. They need some veteran bats in there. Cags is going to take another step forward, I have to believe, to hopefully give them some pop, but they need more. Just like you said, they need more.
Yeah, if you are banking on Jack Caglianone, who's 22 years old, to be the guy that's going to save this offense, I mean, let's get serious, guys. Could he do it? Yes. I mean, Caglianone showed in college and come to the minors, the dude can rake. And he's got power like you read about, but he can't do it by himself. Like, no. You need a Brendan Donovan. You need a Jaron Duran. You need somebody like that to get this thing going because Bobby Witt can't do it by himself.
Yeah. Royals just don't take risks. They don't go big ever.
Agreed.
Yeah. The Royals need a free agent bat or two. Yeah, agree, Captain. Cags has to get his average up. Dude was a 330 plus hitter in college. I mean, we've talked about the steps between college, heck, AAA and major leagues. Like, it's no joke, right? The game speeds up on you. Traxel told us that. Or like, what was, you asked him, what was the biggest surprise? And he goes, the speed of everybody. My defense, the other team. Like, it was just the game sped up. And I don't disagree with this, Ryan, right?
Yep.
They also didn't really have a choice, kind of like the Reds didn't with Ellie, right? When Ellie burst onto the scene and he was just destroying AAA, we were sitting here on this show being like, how wasn't Ellie De La Cruz in the major leagues yet?
Yeah,
right? Because, I mean, demolishing AAA, making it a joke. And then he gets the MLB and he struggles. Like, just couldn't quite make that step. Now, he's okay now. I still don't think he is as good as he could be. But Cags was the same thing, right? I mean, and this probably was part of it too, John. I agree. They saw Kurt succeed. They wanted the same, right? They want these big kids, these highly touted prospects to come up and make an impact straight away. And teams are hitting on these guys more than not now, right? We see it happen more often now than we ever did in the past, I would argue.
Yes.
But he's just not quite there. He's almost there. He shows flashes where he's like, oh, he just went deep 3 times in this game. And then he goes 0 for 21 for the week. So
yep,
it's just consistency with him. So I'm with Chad on that. Just consistency.
Yeah, got it. He needs time. He just needs time. He was drafted in 2024. He went through the minors and basically a season and a quarter. He went all the way through the minor league system. And yeah, did they rush him? Absolutely. It's because they needed him.
Yeah.
They looked at it as, hey, here's a young guy who can hit. We need a bat. Like, well, let's just throw him out there, see what he's got. And there were times where Caglianone looked like he belonged, and times where he looked like he was just flat out overmatched. Because again, he's a 22-year-old kid who was playing college baseball the summer before. Like right. This is fast.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs time.
Yep.
But you can't be in a position of desperation and think that he's going to be your savior.
Yeah. Chad, I would not start Cags in AAA. I don't think that does anything for him mentally. I don't think it does anything for him physically. I mean, it would be an extended spring training is what I think AAA would end up being.
Yeah.
I don't, it's hard. I don't know if I would send my young kid that has been with the big club for as much as he was last year and then be like, hey, Cags, you're starting in AAA. Like, I think you got to be careful with that. So I personally wouldn't. I think I would make sure he's on the big club. And then if he struggles early, you have that talk, but you give him that opportunity to come back with off-season adjustments at the major league level. Yeah,
I mean, the guy played a combined 66 games in AA and AAA before he hit the major leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, he raked. In those 66 games, he hit 337 with 20 home runs and 72 RBIs.
Yeah, that's not right.
There's nothing left for him to prove at AAA. It's a matter of just getting time in the big. He's the kind of guy you've got to give him a position, put him in the lineup every day, and just don't look for a couple months, and let him just come around. And then you'll look up one day and you'll hear nothing but loud contact at bat after at bat, because the guy's proven at every level he can absolutely demolish baseballs.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Captain. 154 is not going to cut it. I agree. And Chad, this might be a question for you, Harrison, because I haven't heard much about him pitching, honestly, in the pros at all. But does he pitch next year?
I mean, he didn't even pitch in the minors, so I don't think there's any intention of him pitching. Thankfully, the Royals don't need pitching, but I mean, he was good in college. He wasn't great. He was good in college. But I don't think they have any intention of using him as a pitcher, because he did not pitch a single inning in the minors. So I think they're going to just put that aside and let him just go out and demolish baseballs.
Yeah. Yeah. Ellie shouldn't be a shortstop. That is all. I agree. He should make the O'Neill Cruz transition.
Yeah, I mean, the scary part is that Ellie he gets to baseballs nobody else gets to. So it's so appealing to put him out there, but he's what, 6'7"? Not the easiest body frame to get down on a ground ball when you stand that tall.
Yeah.
It's the same reason a lot of your catchers are short. Like, it's a tough position to play tall.
Right.
Plus that wingspan in the outfield, he may not have to run at all. He can just catch everything from standing in the outfield.
Just goes out there with 2 gloves on. That'd be awesome.
That the wingspan on that guy is unreal.
Yeah, crazy. All right. Kenley Jansen extends his career signing with the Tigers. Does it matter for the Tigers to have Jansen and Vest in the back end if they move on from Scooble?
I mean, there's certainly gonna be less opportunities if you move on from Scooble, but um, again, I'm actually kind of surprised the Tigers made this move with Scooble being up in the air, unless they think they've got some direction or idea of how it's going to go. But I don't hate the move. I mean, Vest has proven to be a very good reliever. You know, he's probably not necessarily a closer. He's not necessarily built in that closer mold. But I like him back there. And Jansen, having a guy like Jansen around is only going to help the guys in the bullpen. As a Red Sox fan, having watched him for a couple of years, he still gets guys out. He's still very effective. He scares the hell out of you more nights than not now, but he can still get the job done. And I think it gives you an option. If Vest goes tonight, well, Jansen can go tomorrow night. It's like you still got a stopper. They could set each other up. They could close. It gives you so much more flexibility out of that bullpen. And Jansen, I think it was 11 million bucks they paid for the 1 year.
I think so, something like that.
It's not a bad spend. And if you think that Vest is your closer for the next few years, because of course Vest is going to be 31 next year, so not a young guy, but not not on the back nine yet.
Yeah,
this is a great guy to learn from as you try to get him ready to be that guy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Curtis says this tells me that they don't move Scooble. I mean, I'm kind of leaning that way. I don't know if the Tigers are ever going to get what they want for Tarek Scooble. Who knows? But Jansen's the closer. He's not going to, he's going after, he's just padding his Hall of Fame save totals at this point. He's going to a team that's going to win ball games, that's going to win close ball games and give him the opportunity to close. And that's what this move is like, hey, I'm not signing here unless I am the closer. Yep. That's it. And I mean, why not? I mean, he had a couple rough outings in Anaheim, as one would with that Angels team, but
yep,
he's still got it. He's got that Mariano. I mean, he doesn't have the Mariano cut fastball, but he's got a cut fastball that still keeps hitters off balance, in on the hands, off the end of the bat. Still gets a lot of movement on that pitch. And he's a pro. So, yeah, he's going there to pad his save stats before he retires. So, good move for the Tigers.
This is a guy last year that had 29 saves and pitched to a 2.59 ERA. He was actually better than Will Vest in terms of what he did. A good move, and I agree with you that I think that anywhere Kenley Jansen's going, it is to just pad the Hall of Fame credentials. Yeah. He's at 476 career saves. He could get to 500, and if he's going to sign somewhere, it has to be to close. I have to imagine he's got that 500 number in sight, and he wants to make sure he's going to get it.
Yeah, I agree.
And I do think that it's kind of ironic that you have. So Kenley Jansen signs, and then the Dodgers at the same time tell Tyler Glasnow he's no longer going to be on the trade block, which makes me believe the Scooble thing stopped.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, the conversation seemed to go quiet. Glasnow's not going anywhere. Kenley Jansen signs, which I think means the Tigers are going to make one more run this year, knowing that Scooble won't be with them after that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 24 away from 500, Mike Reed just looked. So 24 away from that. So, yeah.
He's at 476. He's close.
Yep.
He should get it this year.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Red Sox legend Dustin May signs with the Cardinals. And I just say here, expect a lot of these deals for the next 3 or 4 years to bridge the gap here for the Cardinals. So is he a fantastic piece? No. And as we have watched him in LA, and then we got, up close and personal with him in Boston, he would look lights out in one game, and then just look like an absolute train wreck in another, right? I mean, that's what Dustin May is. Not much consistency. Maybe he can find something there. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. I mean, his Oh, nice job, Mike
Yeah,
Reed.
Mike Reed got it. Curtis just goes, "Is that Moyer?" Yeah. Yeah.
It sure is. Yeah. Dustin May is one of those guys that you watch him pitch for an inning or so, and he looks so good. You're like, oh man, his stuff is so good. And then he can't get anybody out the rest of the game. He will drive you crazy because he's got that smooth delivery and he throws easy gas and he's got good breaking stuff. But then he just throws stuff down the middle and gets crushed.
Yep.
And it's so frustrating to watch because his stuff is better than his performance. And early in his career, he had better success. He just was hurt literally all the time.
Yeah.
And he finally gets healthy in 2025 and pitches to a near 5 ERA. I think the Cardinals are going to see a different Dustin May next year than we saw this year, but I still don't know how good he actually is.
Yeah, I think there's no pressure going into St. Louis, right? I think that the state of the Cardinals, they know they're in a rebuild-ish type phase, bringing in a new GM. He's going to do things completely different. There's not as much pressure as there is coming from LA to Boston in the middle of a playoff race and being like, hey, we dealt for you and we need you to perform. That's a lot of pressure, and he didn't. So I think there's no pressure here. He could resurrect his career. We'll see what happens. But I mean, these are the kind of moves you're going to see out of the Cardinals for the next few years until, Heim can get his hands on some prospects and rebuild that farm for you. And then watch out because the Cardinals in 4 or 5 years will be coming for the league for sure.
Yeah. And this is exactly, it's going to be low cost, short term, kind of plug the gap deals. And then as young guys become available, they're going to come up and take spots. They're going to kind of groom them on the job. And then you're going to look up and like, wow, this team's really good.
Yep.
And like Ryan said, upside where my Cardinals are currently, good seats are going to be cheap for a while. They sure will be.
Yep.
They will be. And honestly, like as Red Sox fans, the rebuild was painful. Like it was painful to win 4 rings in 14 years and then go 500 or worse for 5. It hurts. But it was also kind of a lot of fun to sit back and see all this young talent come through, all these guys come through the minor leagues, all the hype. Like it was kind of exciting to see the rebuild. It hurt for a little while, but then you can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then it becomes a much better process.
Yeah. Curtis, this is a good point. I think he came back from injuries too soon and his mechanics suffered. And that could be a thing, right? Guys get hurt, mechanics go off, and then something else gets hurt. These guys are finely tuned machines. And if a little bit of that machine is worn out or torn, their mechanics suffer, which makes other things get hurt. And it's a domino effect. I agree. And Lefty, surprises me organizations do not build their farm and pick cream of the crop the way the Dodgers do time after time. Teams sign free agency that is proven does not work. Now, as much as I agree with that, 29 of the other organizations in the MLB, well, I'll say 25. 25 other organizations in the MLB are not financially equipped to have both, right? The Rockies cannot build a farm, maintain the farm, and also sign free agents, right? The Pirates can't do that. The Marlins can't do that. Why do you think the Marlins bought all the free agents, won the World Series, and shipped them out? Because they can't maintain them. They don't have the income to maintain those guys. Now, the Dodgers have 12 billionaires in their ownership group. So they have the cash flow to build the farm, maintain the farm, and still make runs at free agency. That's the difference there. Most teams around the leagues, it's either one or the other, right? Or one with a couple free agents sprinkled in there.
Yeah, it's not easy to do both. We've seen the Rays do it almost solely with player development, and that worked for a while, but it was constant turnover. We're seeing the Red Sox right now do it with a lot of player development and some free agent additions, but even more so, like look at Crochet. That was more we did the player development so we could trade those players to get the big piece that we needed. So there's definitely a mix and match there, but the Dodgers do have the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And you got Andrew Friedman running the organization, who was part of that Rays business development pipeline and knows how to do it that way.
Yeah.
But I do think every team should be focused on how do I home grow as much of this lineup as I can, so I don't have to go spend a fortune to bring in guys to fill the holes.
Right.
And finding that happy medium, I think, is what you're getting at, which is
Right.
where a lot of teams should be focused, is how do I find a good blend?
Yeah. That's hard. It's hard. Do the Giants move Eldridge? We will get to the Giants in a little bit because his name, along with a whole bunch of other names, have popped up with Ketel Marte, and we'll get to Marte in a couple seconds here. Ryan, great point. You know, the Cardinals used to do that 04, 06, 11, and even the 13 team, the Cardinals were 75% homegrown. Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
And then you sprinkle in Beltran, Berkman, and Edmonds. Right, exactly. And this is the base of all of it. When we talked to Terry back in August, you know, that's where the organizations have to start. You have to have good scouting. If you don't have good scouting, you don't have a shot. You really don't. If you don't have guys that know what they're looking for talent-wise, the organization is up the creek without a paddle. That's the foundation of all of this. If you want to build a farm team, for sure.
Yeah, you've got to draft well, develop well, and then you've got to get them to the big leagues and continue to develop them. And we've seen some teams do some of those things well. Some teams do none of them well, and there's a few teams that do all of them well. And that is absolutely the game.
Yeah, and
the only way to balance it out is to do well.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Chaim Bloom has 20 personal scouts that only work for him, not organization. Just be like, Harrison Smith, go check out this guy in Austin, Texas. Nick, you go check out this guy in Lansing, Michigan, just to pull random spots out and then report back to me. Oh, they're already signed by the Cubs and he's in low A. Okay, we're going to trade for that prospect. Like, that wouldn't be surprised. Because how does he do that? Every organization, he has to have some scouting network somewhere. You can't be that successful doing that in multiple locations without some sort of foundation like that.
Yeah, and I think there are some situations where these guys have been doing it a long time. They've just built up this great network of relationships, and people are just like, hey, Chaim, like, you should be aware of this guy. Hey, check this kid out.
Exactly.
Like, these guys almost got like insider tips because they've been in the game so long. Because I do think that's a big part of what's made the Rays so good is that their scouting department, although not very big, they're everywhere, and they draft well, and then they develop well, and then they get these guys all the way up to the system. You know, we laugh that they 3D print all these players, but every year they roll out some new batch of studs. We're like, who are these kids? And then you look up and they're in contention always.
Yep. Brian, I don't know if you're lumping us in with Bloom there and just kind of trusting us too, but we're just talking from it firsthand. Like, we've seen him do it in the AL East, did it with the Rays, now doing it with the Red Sox. I mean, yeah, chances are he's going to do it again in St. Louis. So
yeah, I mean, you look at that Red Sox roster, and they're almost all Chaim Bloom guys. I mean, Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, Sidney Rafaela, Jaron Duran, Wilyer Abreu, Tristan Casas. They are all Chaim Bloom guys.
Yeah.
That he drafted or stole and developed.
Yep.
Because some of them were, you know, they were trades. The Red Sox used to make trades in the minor leagues pretty regularly. I don't think they're doing as much of that anymore, but Chaim Bloom would go find players that he liked and just make minor league trades.
Yeah.
And stack the system.
Yep. So good luck. Cardinals will be back in 4 or 5 years for sure, but
they will. It just takes time.
Yep. Mike Reed with the Jamie Moyer point tonight. So yeah, he is. I took the second Cardinal out of the emblem and added Jamie Moyer on the bat there. So You're welcome.
Classic. The Cardinals should keep it that way.
Right? All right. Ketel Marte latest. Now, this is probably the most hype I've seen out of a non-free agent in the offseason in quite some time. I mean, yes, Scooble's there, but Ketel Marte's name is thrown around in every single team, it seems like. So I have some teams on here where he's rumored to be through. Rumored through the Blue Jays, the Mariners, Tigers, Pirates, Rays, and recently, as soon as today, the Giants. So, Diamondbacks trade in the division, but they want a prospect haul from the Giants, which would definitely include Eldridge for sure, I would imagine.
Yeah. Kid's a monster.
So, what are your thoughts on Ketel Marte? Where does he go? Who's got the best package? Where do you see him ending up?
I'm still in the camp of I don't think he actually moves. I don't think that the Diamondbacks are going to be able to get what they want. The Diamondbacks are making some moves. So I don't think the Diamondbacks are like in full sell mode where like he has to go. I think for the right deal they'd let him go. I'm not convinced he moves. I do think the team that could offer the best return to them is probably the Red Sox. The Giants can offer certainly some prospects. The Tigers can too. Yeah, I think those three teams have a package of players they could send, but I just don't know if they're going to be willing to give up as many players as the Diamondbacks are hoping for. Because keep in mind, Ketel Marte is signed through 2030 with a player option for 2031. You're getting quite a few years of service, but you're also getting his mid to late 30s, which is not like the ideal time to pick him up.
Yeah.
And his payroll actually picks up later on in this deal, the way they've structured it. So his highest earning years are his age 34, 35, and 36 seasons. Not exactly the way you want to. This is a little bit back end loaded, which feels backwards. But I think they were trying to push some of the money out. So you're getting the most expensive part of his contract on top of the fact it's also the end of it later in his 30s. So it's a tough one.
Yeah.
He's insanely talented, but you're also buying that he's going to do that for, 5 more years.
Right. She loved me on payday. That's a great handle.
I love that.
Yeah, the best of the rest who can't afford a blue chip. And you absolutely nailed it. Yeah. I mean, this is everybody that pretty much can't afford a free agent or won't afford a free agent and say they will and don't. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm leaning towards you, Harrison. I think there's so much hype into moving him that everybody thinks he's going to move and no one's actually going to pull the trigger. So I just, and Mike, for our information, Marte earns a full no trade mid-April if he's not moved. So,
Oh,
interesting. Captain, Snake's going full rebuild. It's hard to say full rebuild because you got Corbin Carroll, you got Perdomo at short. You have some young pieces that are still there to build a solid base. So full rebuild, I don't know. I didn't put it in because I didn't have time, but Merrill Kelly signs 2 years back with the Diamondbacks. So he's 38 and 39 season back with Arizona. I wouldn't say rebuild. Now they still have some holes. Third base, no idea who's playing there because Vargas, I think, is also a free agent. So they literally have no third baseman at the moment because Suarez is still on the market. Aldemaro, Vargas, I think I said his first name right. I always butcher his. His is a tough one. But
there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. So they don't have a third baseman at the moment. They'll get one. But I wouldn't say full rebuild. I think they're kind of just going. I think retool might be a better word for that. Thank you, Michael. Couldn't quite get there, but yeah, this is what it would take for the Diamondbacks for sure. It would be one of the arm. Marcelo Meyer's name's been thrown around there. That would also fix their third base hole. But they want pitching. Diamondbacks have been vocal. They want pitching. With the loss of Gallant, the loss of Corbin Burns until who knows when. Yes, you got Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly's 37. What does he have left? I mean, Merrill Kelly's a pitcher, right? He's not a thrower. He's a pitcher. He gets guys out. So yes, he helps you. But Diamondbacks need some arms for sure. That's where all their injuries happened at the beginning of the season, and then their season just blew up from there. So they need arms, and that's what they're telling teams. If the Diamondbacks want Tolley or Early, I'm sending them. I'm sorry. I am. It's Ketel Marte, right? Like, yes, they both have great upside, but as Sean always used to say on this show, Harrison, proven talent is better than prospective talent.
Potential talent.
Potential, yep. Perspective, whatever, right? So Merrill Kelly's 206. Agree. But I'm sending one. Now, if the Diamondbacks want both, that's when I'm pumping the brakes, and that's maybe what has happened. I don't know. I don't have the inside edge there. Maybe they were trying to push it and be like, oh, we'll take Tolley and Early. And the Red Sox were like, oh, no. Click. I don't think so. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard. The NL West is hard, man. I don't know. It's the Dodgers and then it's everybody else fighting. And how much do you really need to put into the NL West to fight? Padres are a mess. The Giants are the Giants. Rockies aren't even in the division. So, like, what do you have to do in that NL West to just fight for second? I don't think you have to do too much, really. Do you?
No, I don't. I don't think you do. I think I think that it's kind of wide open right now. And if I'm the Diamondbacks, I don't feel like I'm that far out. I don't feel like I'm as far away as I used to. Seeing the Padres kind of falling apart, and now apparently they're making Mason Miller available if somebody really wants to blow them away with a trade. I feel like the Diamondbacks aren't as far away as they thought, and they are going to get a bunch of guys back next year. So I think if Ketel Marte can bring you back a haul of prospects and maybe some major league ready talent that fills some holes you have, sure, maybe it makes sense to move him. But that dude is the heart and soul of that team, and that isn't like a, we're going to be okay. That's going to gut that team for a while.
I think the torch gets handed to Perdomo personally, but T.O. Marte signed through 31, I believe. So a ton of years left. Send a pitcher. If they want a pitcher, send them.
I'm signed through 2030 with a player option for 2031. Yeah. So,
so send them. I'm sorry. I'm pulling the trigger on this deal. If they want one of my two lefty pitchers in Boston, I'm doing it. If they want both, no. You can have one. I'll throw in Duran. I might even think about Meyer. Those are three major league ready players that will help your team win for one guy. I'm doing that deal. I am. And yes, that might be a little bit biased because Marte is my favorite player, then going to my favorite team. But hey, whatever. I'm doing that deal. I think it's smart. You're giving the Diamondbacks, the thing with Meyer, he can't stay healthy. We said it last show, hasn't played a full season yet, right? That's tough. But if I'm giving him Duran and a Peyton Tolley in return for a top 5 MVP candidate every year, sign me up. But ultimately, he's not going to go anywhere. I'm with you, Curtis. Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's moving. It's just all talk. It's fun to talk about. He's not moving out of Arizona. I don't see it.
I think he's just too hard to trade. But I do think there's a lot of teams that would love to have him.
Oh, if your team doesn't want him, what are you watching?
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to put a deal together.
Yeah. So I don't know. Crazy. All right. That being said, is the market closed for Munetaka Murakami? He's got what, 10 days left?
Yeah, December 22nd, his posting window closed. Eight days left. He's got to be signed.
I have not heard his name other than the Red Sox. Ugh. But does he sign or does he go back to Japan, Harrison?
So what's interesting in all this is when you read the articles, Murakami is presenting himself as a major league ready, middle of the order threat. He's a franchise changing player. And what most teams come back and is saying is, no, you're not. You're a prospect. You hit a lot of bombs in Japan. Great. But you've got way too much swing and miss in your game. And that's not going to translate well to here where the pitching's even better. So like we view you as a bit of a project and more of a prospect than a ready to go major leaguer. And there's some risk with that. So we're not going to pay you like you're an established major leaguer. We're going to pay you like you're a prospect. And I think what he's finding is that the market he thought would be there based on his prodigious power in Japan isn't there. And so here we are 8 days away from his posting window closing. From last I saw, he does not actually have any offers. He does have some teams that are interested, but he may have to choose. Does he sign a lesser deal here or just go back to Japan and try again? Because there's a lot of his game, as we talked about when he was first coming over and we had the advanced information, a lot of his game isn't attractive. He can't play defense. He's got way too much swing and miss. We basically said he's Joey Gallo 2.0. Like strike out a billion times, hit a bunch of home runs. But you got to hide him in the field. Not sure how that works.
I don't. You know where I see him going, Harrison, if he does sign in the MLB?
Where?
Pittsburgh.
I mean, he could be a good, flyer for the. I shouldn't say a flyer, but he could be a lower cost investment for the Pirates to get a middle of the order bat in there.
The Pirates are looking to spend to get over that threshold. Yeah. This could do it. Now, I haven't heard of any teams really pushing for these Japanese players. I really haven't. Granted, I don't know much about them personally, but this is the biggest name I know. I know there's a couple arms that are coming over that are supposed to be good, but arms translate to the MLB. They usually do. Do they get injured? Yes, that's a different story. But hitting, unless you're Ichiro, Godzilla, or Ohtani, have they come over and been major league ready? That I can
historically
think of.
No. Historically, and even the pitchers, they tend to come over here and get hurt, and then have to work their way back. It's not an easy transition from Japan to Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Schwarber light, I don't know. It looks like Schwarber heavy to me, but I don't know. He doesn't
have the OBP of Schwarber. That's the problem. No. He doesn't walk as much.
And that's the thing for me. If he's hitting 40 and striking out 150 times in Japan, that's gonna be what, 25 and 300 in the MLB?
Yeah.
Power's gonna go down, strikeouts are gonna go up. And that's what teams are looking at, and that's what they're like, I don't be thinking so. Not for the money that he's probably looking for.
This is a guy who in 8 seasons in the NPB is a 270 hitter. Which, great, that's fine. But if you usually take 15 to 20 points off their average, that's about where they land in Major League Baseball. That makes them a 250 or less hitter. Okay, now you're a little bit less attractive. The strikeout numbers are crazy. I mean, in 143 games, 184 strikeouts.
Yikes.
He is consistently 2024, 143 games, 180 strikeouts, hit 244 with 33 home runs and 86 RBIs.
Dang.
He does walk a fair amount. He had 105 walks compared to 180 strikeouts, not quite Schwarber's level, but again, like it's off lesser pitching. So it's really hard to project where this kid really fits.
Yeah.
And the fact that he missed half the season last year with the oblique injury, you don't really know. That was another year of development lost. He's 25. I saw the question from Baseball Book Club. He's 25.
25. Yeah, I just looked too. I was waiting.
So, well, he'll be 26 when the season starts.
Yeah.
But again, massive power, lots of swing and miss, can't play defense.
Yeah. Gallo without the arm. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Gallo was a great defensive outfielder, generally. Cannon for an arm, played a good outfield, won a gold glove or two. This is not, you're not going to get that from Murakami. He is solely there to hit.
Right. Yeah. John Carter, good point. 250 or less. Wouldn't that still be above average? Most wouldn't be above most teams' averages. And the answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
However, are you gonna pay top of the line dollars for a guy that is Kyle Schwarber-esque but doesn't have the OBP of Kyle Schwarber? The answer to that's no. If you got a guy that's hitting 274 and he's got an OBP of 250, are you taking that? No.
Yeah. And you have other examples like Masataka Yoshida, whose batting average came down more like 40 points from where he was in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard to tell where he lands, but you're looking at, 250 is probably his best. So you're going to put him down in the, 230, 240 range, kind of where Schwarber is. He becomes a poor man's Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
I don't know that you're going to pay what he's looking for that. Somebody might. I mean, there's rumors that the Mariners are still somewhat interested. The Cubs are somewhat interested. The Red Sox have shown some interest. I'm not sure where he fits for the Red Sox, but
oh, well, he's a left-handed bat. We got to put him in the lineup.
Yeah. The Diamondbacks apparently at one point had some interest. Like I think the guy can get a job in Major League Baseball. It's just going to be a matter of, is he going to want the job he's offered? Right. Or is he going to just choose to go back to Japan?
It's not going to be the money that he wants for sure. I don't think so.
No. So, and he's a guy who's going to be a DH. Like you're not going to be able to find a place in the field for him.
Yeah, and right on cue, Curtis. Yeah, he's average. I'll put him in the lineup as a DH. Fine.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's probably where he's going to end up.
He's a guy that's going to lose some baseballs. He's also going to swing and miss a lot.
Yeah. Elizabeth, I have heard a lot of this too, cooking up. The Padres sending out their prospects to get Mason Miller and then turning around and sending Mason Miller over to the Mets. I've heard that. Freddie Peralta's name's come back up. I don't think the Mets are done, right? I think the Mets want to move around. They want to get people in there. They're not just, oh, we lost Pete and Diaz. Oh, shucks. Well, let's just roll into 2026. No, that's not what the Mets are doing, right? They'll try to wheel and deal. They'll try to get people in there. They'll try to make that team relevant. It's just, do they, or do they come up short? I don't know. And we'll see. The Mets, I have no pulse on the Mets and what they're trying to do over there. Well, I really don't.
Right now, the Mets have no pulse anyways, so.
Fair. I don't know. Meyer from Marte, did that happen? No, they were talking about it. Don't get my hopes up like that. I thought that just like broke or something. Man, goodness gracious, that's insane. No, his name came up with it, but I think they want Tolley and Early, and the Red Sox said no, or they want one of the two. I don't know. Whatever. It probably never happened, and that's what they're just saying out there. So, yeah. So I don't know. We will see. Yeah, the market for Murakami, weird. I don't know what's going to happen, but you said he's what, 8 days?
Yeah, December 22nd. So the clock is ticking. He's, it's a week. He's got a week tomorrow.
Dang, crazy.
So something's gonna come together quick, and then you got the other guys that are kind of all coming in right behind. I think Ime is like January 2nd or 3rd. So these posting windows are all going to start closing very soon.
Yeah. All right. So since Nostalgic Baseball Geezer has posted all of our lineups out of our all-time draft, we had a 12-team all-time draft. he decides to run our teams through a playoff format. So he matched up, thank you, Justin. He matched up yours truly against each other in the first round. So Harrison and I obviously face off. First game of the playoff season, first series, and runs it through the simulator. And Harrison's team is stacked. I thought my team was stacked. So go ahead, read your team off, Harrison, and then I'll read mine off.
Sure. So so around the outfield for me, I got Barry Bonds in left. I got Carlos Beltran in center, Manny Ramirez in right. Around the infield, I got Carlton Fisk behind the plate, Mike Schmidt at third, Nomar at short, Joe Morgan at second, Albert Pujols at first. And then kind of my number ones are Pedro is my number one starter. I got Billy Wagner as my top reliever. And my DH is Jason Giambi.
Yeah. So I have Ted Williams, Kirby Puckett, Dave Winfield around the outfield. Now I put in my lineup a little bit too late because I drafted Willie McCovey late as like a wild card. So I was gonna put McCovey at first, Yaz in right, and move Winfield to the bench. But Winfield went in for the simulation, and I didn't get McCovey in, which is probably where I lost, but we'll get to that. So yeah, Williams, Puckett, Winfield around the outfield. I got Chipper, A-Rod, Rhino, Yastrzemski, and Roy Campanella behind the dish. I got Koufax, Trevor Hoffman, and Big Poppy as my DH. And we go into the first round. I know this is probably a little bit small for you. I'm not going to run down through the whole recap, but we had Pedro versus Sandy Koufax. And Harrison wins this first matchup 7-4.
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so Smooth Will, I'll explain this a little bit more. So what happened was there was 12 of us, and he randomly selected our draft order, but we only did 2 positions at a time. So like the first round, the first 2 rounds, you could only pick a catcher or a first baseman. So all 12 of us could only pick out of those 2 positions. Rounds 3 and 4, we could only pick a second base and a shortstop. So we couldn't pick any position we wanted for each round.
Yep.
So that's why the teams are, I kind of liked it that way. So pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it worked out better than us just kind of going all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
John Carter, Babe Ruth, or no list.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah. Michael. But anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mike Schmidt has the big home run here off my closer, Trevor Hoffman. So pretty cool there. So Harrison wins 7-4 game 1. This one was interesting to me because we got to run Paul Skeens through the simulator. So I picked Paul Skeens as my second starter. People in the chat were like, all right, we kind of like that. And he ends up beating Steve Carlton. So I win this match.
I ran Steve Carlton out there feeling really good about it, and it didn't go well.
Nope, because Paul Skeens is a machine. Had A-Rod hit a 3-run homer in that. But Paul Skeens, 7 innings pitched, 12 Ks. Tied the series 1-1. Oh, and just to add insult to injury there, Ortiz got an RBI single off our boy Jamie Moyer.
Yeah, my boy Moyer came in long relief and in a game that was kind of getting away, and Ortiz hit him. So I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yep. So
nobody gets hits off Jamie Moyer. Let's be serious.
Right. And then game 3 was the rubber match. It was just a 3-game series in the first round here. Kurt Schilling for Harrison. I had Juan Marichal going. So Harrison strikes first as Mike Schmidt. Again, 2-0. And then the big turning point was Harrison's boy, Nomar.
Yes, that a boy, Nomar.
Yep. Gets a 2-run double in the 7th. And then Ortiz hits a homer, makes it 4-4. And then somehow again, Trevor Hoffman blows the game again for me today. The second best closer in history. Arguably could be the best. I know Mariano is, but if you switch teams, could Hoffman have racked up more saves? Maybe. I don't know. Speculation. However, my closer cost me both games while Billy Wagner goes 1-2-3, 1-2-3. So apparently, ChatGPT or whichever simulation ran through this hates Trevor Hoffman.
Now, in fairness to Trevor Hoffman, each time he came out, he faced the top of my lineup. So he got Beltran, Bonds, and Pujols each time. Like, that's the top of my lineup. That's just not fair to have any pitcher come in and face that.
But there's no way that he doesn't save one of those two. He doesn't blow both saves, is my point. There's no way.
Who on earth gets Beltran, Bonds, and Pujols out? I mean, who? Just not right.
Okay, does it say who Billy Wagner struck out in the first ones?
A-Rod, Ted, and Chipper in game 3.
A-Rod, Ted, and Chipper. So you're getting through. Billy Wagner's getting through those guys.
Yep.
No.
He's throwing gas. He's just
and then Billy Wagner slams the door in game 1, strikeout, fly out. No way. You can't tell me. Anyways, whatever. But
player of the game in game 3, more importantly, was Nomar for his big double and some stellar defense. That's probably a big part of it, was the defense.
Yeah. Well, I have a
smooth Will. I know Hoffman will never forget Scott Brocious. That is true. He won't.
Yeah, no.
It's hard though, because you got Billy Wagner coming in throwing 98, and you got Trevor Hoffman coming in throwing friggin' changeups. Like that's a tough closer role to be a changeup guy. Ask Devin Williams.
Moyer and Hoffman get touched up. Simulation doesn't like a changeup right on cue.
Exactly what I'm saying.
I've accepted the results for sure, Jeff. Yeah. For sure.
It was close though. It was a 5-4 game.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, I want a game 4 because Harrison scored 16 runs. My team scored 16 runs. Like, it was a crazy close series.
It was.
So, I mean, but man, what a blast that was to kind of read down through that. I can't wait to run down through the rest of them. Don't worry. I do have a congratulatory trophy coming your way, Harrison. So I'll have to.
Oh no!
Oh yeah! No. It's coming.
Oh,
it's coming.
I'm nervous.
So Merry Christmas, buddy. So yeah, that will be heading out most likely tomorrow. So you're welcome.
As Mike Reed points out, Chipper was 3 for 21 against Wagner. So Wagner kind of did own Chipper.
I would say that's pretty good.
Come on.
It's better than I would do.
I mean, well, yeah, it's better than I would do.
Yeah.
Trevor blowing 2 saves in a row is like Rocky winning Best Picture over Smokey and the Bandit. Smokey and the Bandit is such an underrated, amazing movie. End of discussion.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
I heard Russia was involved in the results. That might make a lot of sense.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it was fun. So it was.
I came out of my daughter's dance recital, and I'm literally in the car on my phone, like reading this whole thing, like edge of my seat. It was awesome. It was so awesome.
All right, who did Hoffman face? Bonds.
He faced Beltran, Bonds, and Pujols. You're gonna go pull up the career stats, huh?
Yeah, Beltran and Pujols. All right, I'm just curious because I'm sure they've all crossed over.
They had to have, some more than others, but
I want totals against.
Yeah, I'll be curious how they actually.
So Hoffman only faced Pujols in the regular season.
Oh yeah, well Hoffman was out. Yeah, Hoffman would not have caught.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, he probably would have missed. Although, how did Hoffman would have faced Bonds?
That's what I would have thought too. How am I missing that?
I mean, they were in the same division for how many years?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not picking him up. Either way.
Oh well.
Whatever. Yeah. I'll have to check that out anyways. Just for poops and giggles.
But it's pretty friggin' evil of Justin to have us have you and I started off.
Yeah.
So immediately you're going to throw one of the rounding third guys into the losers bracket.
Oh, and I knew it was gonna be me.
Like,
Listen,
thanks.
right? Like I knew like it's like the first 4 or 5 rounds, I got like the last pick in each round, and I was like, oh my goodness gracious. So you had pretty good draft picks throughout the entire. You were pretty middle most of them, if I remember.
Yeah, I had
So,
a couple where I was like the end, where I was like first and last.
yeah,
But otherwise, I was in like the first kind of chunk.
yeah.
So I didn't get into the middle like I wanted, but I was not too far away from it.
Yeah, which is good. I was usually I was on either end the whole time, so it was really tough. So I either had the first one and then I didn't have one for like 24 picks, or I had back-to-back picks, 12 and 13. But
All right, so Bonds faced Trevor Hoffman 24 times in his career. He was 5 for 18 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 6 walks. So hit almost 300 against him with some power.
yeah, that's not. I mean, not terrible. I did whine a lot about my draft positioning for sure, a lot, because I don't think it was random, but I know it was. But man, yeah. But anyways, thanks to Justin for that, because this is absolutely incredible. Like, all my whining aside, I'm doing it mostly just because, well, I'm a whiner. That's what I do. Especially when I lose. I'm a poor loser.
I'm a front runner.
Yeah. I mean, that aside, like, this was an absolute blast to like still be talking in the chat with these guys about baseball, anything baseball related. And for him to take the time to do this was absolutely incredible. So
It's so much fun.
Yeah, if you do not follow Nostalgic Baseball Geezer on Facebook, please do so now. Absolutely incredible. So thanks again, Justin. This was a blast and really cool to read down through the games. But yeah. All right.
I can't wait to read the rest of them. We've got some.
Yeah.
There's some crazy good.
Yes, for
teams
sure.
coming.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, there's guys that didn't play with gloves. Like, I mean, it's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I got a lot of grief from people saying my team was kind of too recent, but
yeah,
unfortunately, the guys picking ahead of me took all the older guys. Like the early 1900 dudes were all gone before my spot came up, because we've got some serious history buffs in this group that drafted some teams that had tons of older players.
Even guys that weren't drafted, they dropped names, and I was like, "Oh yeah, him." And I was like,
how good was he really? I got to Google him.
Yeah, I was like, I have no idea who that is, but pretty cool. But before we move on, Harrison, who's your pick for top 5 hitters of all time? This could take us a little bit, but who are your top 5 hitters of all time?
So number 1 for me is always going to be Ted. Ted Williams to me was always the best. And then for me, I'd throw a guy like Pujols in there. I'd throw Bonds in there, obviously. That'd be my top 3, I think. And then I'd probably round it out with probably Hank and Pete Rose. Or I'd say probably my top 5, just top of my head.
Yeah, those are good ones. I mean, Ted's up there for me. I would put Mays in that. Mays is top 5 for me. It's hard not to say Ty Cobb and Rogers Hornsby. I mean, Rogers Hornsby's what, like 426, 436 something season batting average, insane.
Tris Speaker. I mean,
right. I mean, there's so many guys to narrow it down.
It's so hard to pick 5.
I mean, I guess I'll go. I mean, Tony Gwynn, the ultimate contact hitter, right? I mean,
Dan the man.
Yeah, there's so many, but for me, I got to go Williams, Mays. I mean, Bonds could beat anybody. I'm still convinced he could go out and still hit 300 today. I mean,
for sure.
Bonds is in there. Steroids or not, I don't care. The dude was unreal. 4 and 5 are hard. Like, who do I leave out?
There's like 12 guys that I would want to put into those spots.
Maybe Musial for me, and Ichiro.
There you go.
I'll put Ichiro in there.
That's a respectable list.
Yeah, I'll put Ichiro. I mean, the dude caught ball, contact, and just beat it out. I mean, most infield hits ever, I think, too. Like, you hit it to the left side, you weren't throwing them out.
No,
Didn't
and then
matter.
he just like randomly launch a missile, and you'd be like, "Oh, he's got power too." In case you
Yeah.
forgot.
And Smooth will, if you ask me this question again on Thursday, it's
Okay.
going to be a different. It's
Okay.
going to be a different list.
I would give you a different answer every time you
Yeah.
ask.
Oh, for sure.
Because there's like 20 guys that in my mind are like fighting for those spots.
Yeah.
And depending on who I'm thinking of at the moment is who is going to go on that list.
Disrespecting the babe. Hey, he disrespected us by leaving Boston for a play. Stupid.
Yeah.
Not that it was his choice, but no, I get it. I mean, like I said, you ask me that question tomorrow. I'm like, oh, Babe Ruth's number 1, Ty Cobb's number 2, Pete Rose number 3. Like my whole top 5 changes. That depends on what I ate for dinner that night, what side of the bed I got up on. Like it changes.
The only player for me that never changes is Ted. Ted will always be number 1. Number 1 greatest hitter ever for me.
Yeah, and he was doing what is taught today. Right? Strike zone knowledge, all of that. Like Ted was way before his time talking about the science of hitting. 1,000%. He's number 1 for me as well.
Yeah. I mean, people talk about, he wrote the book on it. He literally wrote the book on it.
Yeah.
And I read that book so many times as a kid, and there's so many like amazing nuggets to take out of it.
Yeah. I mean, Williams, Gwynn, Cobb, low pockets McGee, and is he different than high pockets Kelly? I guess.
And side pocket Simpson or whatever. I mean, we're just like making names up now.
Yeah, and Bob Death to Flying Things Ferguson. Yeah. Which that is a nickname, but anyways.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But yeah, again, thanks Justin putting that together. Absolutely incredible. Can't wait for the rest of them to come out. It's going to be awesome to read through those.
It was so much fun. I mean, but a bunch of us old dudes just talking baseball, putting together these teams. I mean, the funny thing, it was like the chat was like 25% draft and 75% just like baseball banter. It's just all kinds of stuff, random stories, and oh my goodness, it was awesome.
Yeah, we should just print out the entire chat and sell it as a book because it would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, maybe some things we have to take out. We may have like we may have like the CIA at our doorstep, but
yeah, well, fair.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways,
corner pocket McElroy.
Yeah. Man. Okay, so Smooth's going to answer his own question. Bonds, Gwynn, Mays, Williams, Aaron.
That's a great list.
Yep. I'll take it for sure. All right. Well, I mean, where do Rod Carew and Pete Rose fit?
Well,
I mean, that's
Pete
what I mean.
Yeah, Pete was on my top five list, but Rod Carew is one of the other guys that kind of like is fighting for space on that list.
And you know who else? I say he gets undersold all the time. Paul Molitor.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, was he flashy? No. But god dang, that dude just hit. That's all he did. Hit.
He did. I mean, you got guys like Helton and Walker, who, some people say Colorado influenced it, but
that was just because of Coors. Come on.
Now. Yeah, they put up some insane numbers too. I mean, there's so many. There's so many. I mean, where do you put Nick Arno on that list? I mean, seriously, got to make room.
550,000th, maybe.
Just in Maine.
Just in Maine, right? out of 200 that actually played. So,
right.
There's that.
Nobody hits the snowball better than Nick Arno.
I mean, it's back in my day, Harrison. You saw me hit, but anyways.
Did I?
All right.
Was that what you were doing? Anyways.
Probably not. But anyways, all right. That was a lifetime ago, sir. I am in no shape to swing a bat without breaking anything at this point. So,
as we learned from talking about 1998 the other day, we are not as young as we once were.
Mike, hey, you're on the list though.
Exactly.
Fair enough. We could be here all night, fellas.
My Lord.
I mean, yes. No matter what name you put in the chat from now on, yes, he's in the top 5. I know there's only 5 spots, but we'll just keep cramming them in there, just like they do with the Hall. You retired, you get in the Hall. You retired, you get in the Hall. Oh,
so are you saying that Harold Baines isn't in your top 5?
Oh no, he's in there now. He's a Hall of Famer. He's top 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeb Dirty Britches Johnson.
Anyways.
This is going off the rails.
I still think my favorite baseball name, and you can look it up, is Dixie Upright. So check that out. That is actually a baseball player's name. That might be the best one I have found. Um, and it's absolutely insane.
Stubby Clap was a good one.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
guys in the chat pulled out some ones. I was like, is that real? And they were real. I was like, wow.
Yep. So yeah, Dixie Upright played in 1953. He played for 9 games, had 2 hits and 8 at bats, 9 plate appearances, and has a solo home run to his name, and batted .250 in his career. So nice little career out of Dixie Upright. So that's my favorite baseball name.
Yeah, didn't even have to take a bat to the plate with him.
Nope, just once, then he hit a home run. So yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah.
Michael, there were some really good ones that you guys were throwing out there, and I'm like, I'm not even sure that's a real person, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, I should do an unfortunate names lineup. I think I'm going to have to work on that one because there's so many. But
yeah, Dick Fitz is absolutely going to be in the conversation.
Oh, he's on the mound for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Anyways,
let's get this show back on before they change our rating to R here. So, this is a family show. Yeah, this is a family show. Anyways, who do you got for me tonight?
All right, I got a good mixture of some older, some newer, because we're going to go back to trying to balance this thing out. I got some slam dunks. I got some much more difficult players here. So I think it's a good mix. I think it'll be a fun one. Chad is definitely going to need help on some of these. So,
oh, great, thanks.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
All players you're going to know. Some of them you're going to be like, oh man, like I remember that guy, but it's not going to be a name that jumps right out at you.
Okay, cool.
So, let's kick it off. Played for 10 seasons between 1999 and 2008. Played for the Twins, Cubs, Tigers, and Marlins. 1996 Olympic bronze medal winner. Best known for hitting 20 career leadoff home runs for the Twins. Who is that guy? I used to love this dude.
Yeah,
it is.
For sure.
So I say starting off easy for you.
Yeah, layup. And for those of you that say that I don't know any of these guys in the comments when we post them, like, oh, this guy knows nothing. Yeah, you're right. I've
never seen Nick answer any one of these. You're right.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah, because we usually cut it before I say the answer or I type it in the chat, but whatever. Yep. Yes, it is Jock Jones for sure. Jock Jones. Everybody got it. Yeah.
Jackie Jones.
Yeah. Jacqui Jones.
Yeah, that's right. Jacqui Jones. So our friend Jock Jones, average of 277 with 165 home runs, 630 RBIs, 326 OBP, 11.6 WAR. A guy that I really just used to love to watch play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that Twins team was fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say around that like Torrey Hunter, Johan Santana, Francisco Liriano time, like they were all. It was a fun team for sure.
Yeah, it was a good one. So, all right, played for 17 seasons between 1971 and 1988. Played for the Indians, Yankees, and Braves. One-time All-Star, one-time Gold Glove, 1971 Rookie of the Year. Best known for hitting the walk-off home run in Game 5 of the 1976 ALCS to win the pennant and start an iconic on-field celebration. Who is that guy?
Oh, was he on my all-time team?
I don't know if you drafted him. I'm not sure if he got drafted.
Oh, that's who it is for sure.
Yeah.
He didn't. He definitely came up in conversation.
Yep. So I don't think he got drafted, but we talked about him.
Yeah, it is definitely Chris Chambliss for sure.
Absolutely Chris Chambliss. And the video of him trying to get around the bases, I still laugh.
Yeah.
At the pandemonium on the field. He comes around second base and just cleans somebody out. He goes to the ground. He's coming around third, like he's trying to like weave and swim through people. He can't even get to home plate. Like it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It's so insane.
But anyways, so Chris Chambliss. Look at that first base's mitt too, by the way. That thing was a gnarly piece of leather. Average of 279, 185 home runs, 972 RBIs, 334 OBP, and a 27.5 WAR. But one of the coolest moments in baseball history.
For sure. How does he catch anything with that? If it hits the
I don't
top of
know.
the glove, it's just folding back.
I don't. It's a
What?
weird looking glove.
Dang, that's wild. But
I'm
yeah,
assuming it worked well enough, but I can't imagine you're getting any help when you're trying to pick a ball or reach back for a tag. That thing's not going to hold much in.
no. But yeah, you guys all got it. Yeah, Chambliss for sure. Nice job, everybody in the chat.
Yeah, what a cool moment. All right. Played for 21 seasons between 1977 and 1997. Played for the Dodgers, Rangers, Mariners, Athletics, Yankees, and Cardinals. Two-time All-Star, 1983 ERA champion. Best known for never losing a postseason game, going 3-0 in 30 career appearances, 20 of those in League Championship Series games. Who is that guy? Michael, Ray Lewis learned to hit guys watching that home run.
Probably.
Chambliss was fighting for his life out there.
Ooh. Has John got it? That name looks familiar.
He's got it.
Yeah, Rick Honeycutt.
He's
Nice
got
one. Yep, good. Nice one.
Yeah, so Rick Honeycutt, career record of 109 and 143, 2,160 innings, a 3.72 ERA, 1,038 strikeouts, 21.6 WAR. A guy who converted to a reliever after some inconsistency as a starter and was actually very good out of the bullpen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice pull. I mean, obviously I know the name, but again, that like 77 to 90, like that or 70s to 90, like is sort of black hole-ish up here for me.
Yeah. And the hard part too is that Honeycutt pitched until 97, but primarily on the West Coast. So like again, like we wouldn't have seen him.
No.
It was hard to watch West Coast games when we were a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, the only time I did is when the Braves or Cubs went out west. So
exactly, that's it.
Even again, if he's in the AL, I'm not watching him. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
not no shot.
No.
So, all right. Played for 13 seasons between 1995 and 2008. Played for the Giants, Mets, Reds, Cubs, Rockies, Diamondbacks, and Padres. One-time All-Star. Best known for walking 100 batters in 201 innings while still winning 19 games in 1997. Who is that guy?
Dang it. I was thinking Jason Schmidt, but too early for him.
Yep.
That was before I saw the picture. This is struggling tonight.
I told you something's going to be a little bit harder. We're getting grief that they were too easy there for a stretch. So
yeah,
I mean, again, a guy that everybody's going to remember, but not a guy that would necessarily jump out at you. Blank.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jeff. This one's gonna kill me. Can I go back to the? I'm going back to the teams real quick.
Yeah, go back to the teams.
Giants, Mets, Reds, Cubs, Rockies, Diamondbacks, and Padres.
You're gonna remember him with the Giants, most likely. Not Zito, Michael. Kind of a similar approach that Zito had.
I was thinking him, but there's no athletics here. Gosh, man, his face looks so familiar, and I cannot.
Yeah, so he spent 7 years in San Fran, 2 in San Diego, and then 1 year everywhere else. So he was very much a Giant.
You got a picture that shows the back of his jersey?
Yeah.
Is it Sterling something?
Not Sterling Hitchcock.
Hitchcock. That's what I thought John was going
not
for.
Not Sterling Hitchcock.
No.
We'll give Chad another few seconds, then
will initials give it away?
Maybe. I mean, initials are SE. That's the guy.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, not Sterling Hitchcock, not Williams. SE.
Yeah, initials are SE.
Yep, got it.
Yep.
Yeah, Curtis. It's Sean Estes for sure. That's I
Sure
remember
is.
it now for sure.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Sean
That was a tough one.
Estes. Record of 101 and 93, 1,678 in the third innings, 471 ERA, 1,210 strikeouts, and a 10.4 WAR. A guy who had a handful of good seasons in San Fran and then just kind of like held on.
Yeah.
But he walked a ton of batters. Oh my goodness. He had many seasons where he had 100 or more walks. Four seasons with 100 or more walks. And then a bunch of seasons where he's in like the 80s. Walked a ton of guys, but still won a bunch of games.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy.
Wild. All right, Nick. This one's for you, Nick.
Okay, great.
Played for 8 seasons between 2001 and 2008. Played for the Expos / Nationals, Rangers, Mariners, and Blue Jays. Olympic gold medalist in 2000. Best known for hitting the last home run in Expos history and the first cycle in Nationals history. Who is that guy? No. Close. You've brought him up a few times.
I've brought him up a few times.
Yep. It wasn't that long ago that we had a who is that guy, and he was the guy sliding in to the guy who we were trying to guess.
Oh,
and you immediately picked him out. You knew exactly who it was. Couldn't even see his full name. Not Schneider.
Oh my God, who was it? Because his last name was across the back.
Yeah, you could see some, not all of it. And you
Not
immediately jumped on it.
Not Lansing. Oh man. Dude, I hate it because when I talk about stuff on the show, it just leaves my brain. It's not Steve Lyons.
Curtis has it.
Brad Wilkerson. Dang. Yep.
Brad Wilkerson, 247 average, 122 home runs, 399 RBIs, 350 OBP, and 11 WAR. It looks like Chris from accounting. He had such a super like generic look to him. You know, the kind of the basic haircut, the light colored hair. He looked like your everyman.
Well, I mean, even look at his batting stance. Like that's the MLB logo.
Yeah,
like, it's just like it's so generic. It's that.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy. Dang, I can't believe I didn't get that one.
There's a couple coming up here that I think you're going to be able to reel right through. So
okay,
you'll redeem yourself.
Hopefully.
All right. Played for 11 seasons between 2001 and 2012. Played for the Mariners, Brewers, White Sox, Rockies, Royals, Dodgers, and Red Sox. One-time All-Star and 2005 World Series champion. Also the 2004 NL stolen base leader. Best known for hitting a walk-off home run in Game 2 of the 2005 World Series. Who is that guy?
Yep. Yeah, I got that one before he even turned the picture.
Yep. Next one I think you'll get also very quickly.
Yep, that's definitely Scotty Pod for sure.
Yep, who hit no home runs in the regular season, but hit a massive one in the World Series.
That's how I remember, because I had that as a trivia question, was who was the player that in 2005 had no regular season home runs and then hit a walk-off in the playoffs. Was Scotty Posednik. Yeah, everybody got that one. So nice job.
All right. Scotty Posednik. So average of 281, 42 career home runs, 312 RBIs, 339 OBP, and a 6.8 WAR. But boy, did he have a great 2005.
Yep, for sure. So did that entire White Sox team.
That team was loaded.
So
absolutely good. Loaded.
So good.
All right. Played for 16 seasons between 2000 and 2017. Played for the Pirates, Red Sox, Reds, and Diamondbacks. One-time All-Star, one-time Gold Glove winner, 2004 World Series champion. Best known for 9 straight seasons of 30-plus starts and his musical talents. Who is that guy?
Got it. I'm not even going to type it to you.
You don't have
I know
to.
that. Yeah.
I know you know this one.
Yeah.
He came to me the other day because there was some random clip I saw of him. Like, I'm totally adding him to the list.
I loved his leg kick straight up and then the bend. Like,
it was the weirdest. And he pitched forever.
Yeah, Reds Hall of Famer Bronson Arroyo is correct. Nice job, guys.
Yeah, that's the one.
Everybody got it. Mike Reed, Curtis, Michael, Ryan, Jeff. Good. John Carter. Everyone got it. Traded for Willie Mo Pena.
Yep. And he was with the Reds forever.
Yikes. Yep. Arroyo. Nice job.
Yep. So Bronson Arroyo, career record of 148 and 137, 2,435 and 2/3 innings, 4.28 ERA, 1,571 strikeouts, and a 23.4 WAR. And as you mentioned, a member of the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah. Crazy.
All right. I got a couple here for you, Nick, that are pretty good polls, but our guys are going to be like, oh, man, I should have gotten that one.
Great.
All right, here we go. Played for 13 seasons between 1997 and 2009. Played for the Orioles, Diamondbacks, Yankees, Rangers, Phillies, Indians, and Blue Jays. 2001 World Series champion. Best known for a surprising 29 home run season in 2005. Who is that guy? It is.
Oh, let's go.
I was not sure. Like I said, this is a pretty good poll, but a guy that we're all going to be like, oh, man, I remember him.
Let's go. Now I'm pumped. Let's go.
He's back in the game.
I'm back. Let's go.
There are some players that just like stick out for some reason.
Yeah.
Not Tony Womack. I forgot about that, Curtis. Bronson jamming with Peter Gammons.
Yeah.
That's right.
That leg kick doesn't seem necessary.
It was crazy. And his delivery was so slow to the plate because of it.
Not Frank Catalano. Not a bad guess.
Like the same kind of player, though.
Mm-hmm. All those guys were cut. It was like Hank Blaylock, this guy, Frank Catalano. They were all that.
David Murphy. Like they're all the same kind of guy.
Yeah. I can't believe I pulled that one. I'm back. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, this one and the next one I think are they're guys that like you're either going to remember or you're just not going to.
Yeah. We are quiet in the chat.
I'd say chat is quiet. Did we stump him?
Yeah.
Again, he's one of those guys you hear the name, you're like, oh man, I remember him, but it's like
not Mitch Moreland. Not a bad guess.
No, not a bad guess.
Mitch Moreland looks like was him. A little later.
All right. A few more seconds and we'll do the grand reveal. This one's tough. He had some good seasons, but he was kind of a second tier guy. Yeah,
so I'm gonna take this one since I got it right. It is all yours. It is David DeLucci for sure.
David DeLucci. Average of 256, 101 home runs, 398 RBIs, 338 OBP, and a 2.5 WAR. But a guy that had 2 or 3 really great seasons. And was I don't know, he's a guy that just seemed to pop up from time to time. He have some massive play in a game, big home run. A guy that just his name just kept coming up as a kid.
Yeah.
But a guy that we probably all remember, but would not have placed.
Yeah. Ah, damn it! Here they come. Yeah,
they are.
For sure.
Yeah, these are the ones that like bust your brain. You're like, man, I should have I totally remember him, but like just wouldn't place him.
I got one that John Carter didn't get. I'm gonna retire. There's an open chair on the podcast. I'm done.
I'm out.
Yeah. What was the tipping point for you, Nick? Did you and Harrison get in a fight? Nope. I finally got a trivia question before somebody else did. So yeah.
I went out on top.
That's right. Love it. Nice job.
All right, here we go. Played for 10 seasons between 1999 and 2008. Played for the Twins, Tigers, Marlins, Athletics, Pirates, Royals, Braves, and Rockies. One-time All-Star and 2003 World Series champion. Best known for his surprising 2006 All-Star selection with a 5.71 ERA. Who is that guy? This has got John Carter written all
John
over
Carter,
it.
please help me with this one. I remember like the ERA being a thing and being selected, but
so I believe he was selected because this was like, we have to take somebody from the Twins, so we'll take this guy, but his numbers were crap.
It's not Alfonseca. He was a righty.
With a bunch of fingers.
And it's not Guardado, is it?
No, not Everyday Eddie.
No. Lefty. On the Marlins too in 03.
Oh, sorry, 2000. He was the Royals. He was the Royal sympathy pick in 2006. He started his career in Minnesota.
But he was 2003 with the Marlins.
Yep. And he had a really good season with the Marlins in 2003.
I don't know if I got this one.
He had a really good season with Minnesota in 2000. He finished 6th in the Rookie of the Year. Really good season with Detroit in 02. Really good season with Marlins in 2003. Good season in 04 with Oakland, and then just kind of existed after that. Oh, Bobby Ayala is a great guess, not Bobby Ayala. This is a pull. This is a pretty good pull. I thought if anybody would get it, it would be John because of the Minnesota Twins connection, but
initials.
MR.
MR. Michael said Radinsky.
No, I mean you got a couple of letters right.
you got the R right.
There's an R, there's a D, and there's an N. In the Sandlot, they get sick because of a package with this name on it.
Is it Mike Redman?
You're close enough. It's Mark Redman.
Mark Redman. There it is. Yeah, Mike Reed just got it. Mark Redman, John Carter. Yeah. I could have been here all night. I wouldn't have pulled that one.
Yeah, it's the All-Star game thing that most people like remember because he was the sympathy pick for the 06 Royals.
Dang. It's not a great record.
No, Mark Redman, career record of 68-85, 1,238 and 2/3 innings, 4.85 ERA, 747 strikeouts, and a 9.4 WAR. Yeah, John, this initials got me there.
Yeah.
Again, like one of those guys that we've probably seen, but just probably not going to place him.
Yeah, I heard the name, obviously. Just got nothing. Dang. Tough one.
This last one should be a good one for everybody. So let's go. All right. Played for 11 seasons between 1998 and 2008. Played for the Dodgers, Marlins, Mets, and Nationals. A 4-time All-Star. Best known for 4 straight All-Star selections and being considered one of the top catchers in that time. Who is that guy? Yeah, Mike Reed. The initials both times have just popped the name into the brain. Sometimes you just need that one point of connection to get it to come together. I know you know who this is.
I know I do.
Mike's got it.
Oh, yes, of course. That dumb one. Sorry. Paul LaDuca, for sure.
Paul LaDuca, career average of 286, 80 home runs, 481 RBIs, a 337 OBP, and 17.9 WAR.
Dang.
He had a stretch of a few years there where he was like elite, and then otherwise pretty good.
Yeah. Dang.
I still think of him as a Met, although he was a Dodger for half his career, more than half his career. But I still think he was a Met.
Yeah, I don't know where I picture him the most. I really don't. I'm kind of mixed there. Probably both Dodgers and Mets. Marlins don't really remember. Maybe a little. Nationals, not at all.
Well, it's hard because Florida. So the Dodgers traded him to Florida in 2004, and then he played in Florida in 2005, and then went to the Mets in 2006.
Okay.
So like he was only a Marlin for a season and a half.
Yeah.
Was really good there, but only a season and a half.
Dang. Those were good ones, Harrison. Those ones got me. Those ones were brutal. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, because LaDuca was Dodgers, Marlins, Mets. And then Nationals.
Yeah. See, should have quit when I was ahead with David DeLucci. Just saying.
That's when you just turn the microphone off and walk away.
Yeah,
like I'm out.
Just close the computer. I'm done.
That is my mic drop moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a Marlin longer than Piazza was.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yep.
Piazza was there for a minute.
Yeah. All right. This is the part of the show that if you guys have anything, you can bring it to the forefront. Harrison will pull up the chat. And he will go through some of the news that I've missed or that has happened since we've been on the show while you guys bring things up. So, Harrison, do you got anything else?
Boy, we hit on a bunch of stuff during the show, so I feel like I wasted all of my good news during the show. But the latest, so just a couple of quick things that I was reading earlier. The latest is, I mentioned Brendan Donovan earlier in the show. I really hope the Royals would make a trade for him. The latest reports are the Mariners and Giants are considered the front runners for Brendan Donovan at the moment. The Cardinals are absolutely looking to move him. And it sounds like the Mariners and Giants right now are absolutely making a push for him.
I think he's a good fit for that Mariners team. I'm going to say it.
He's a great fit for that team. He fits it right in with what they do.
Yep. And how they play.
Yeah.
For sure. His bat.
Yeah, I think he's a great fit.
His bat will play well at Safeco. For sure.
Yes, and defensively, I think he doesn't hurt you.
No, not at all.
So you'll be all right.
Yep.
We went through Dustin May. We talked about Marte. The big headline in New York. We're giving the Yankees a tough time for not making any moves. Did you see who's on their way back to New York?
No.
Ahmed Rosario.
Oh, that's right. I had him in my notes. I had him in my notes, and I literally scratched it. I was like, I'm not making a slide for that.
Yep, he's coming back after his 16 games in 2025 with them.
It was such a non-factor that I literally deleted it from my notes. I was like, okay, cool. He doesn't. Yeah, I don't think he does much for that team.
I mean, he doesn't, and should not be considered to be much of anything other than just a depth piece.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, you're happy with Ahmed Rosario, Curtis? I mean, that's fine. I just he's an all right player. I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's like, oh, that guy sucks. Well, no, like he's an MLB ball player. The dude obviously doesn't suck, right? I mean,
yeah.
But like, does Ahmed Rosario help your team get better? I mean, maybe defensively if you're going to start him over Volpe.
I'm sure. I mean, Rosario is one of those guys. He's a
pro.
He can do a variety of things for you.
Right.
He's a pro. He's not a bad guy to have because you can do a lot with him.
Right.
He can play a bunch of different positions. He can run. He can come in as a pinch hitter. He can be a super utility guy for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and there's value in that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not exciting, but there's value in it.
Right. Yeah. Solid backup, decent batting average. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah. I'd start a traffic cone over Volpe.
I mean, that traffic cone might hit for a higher average.
And make more plays in the field, to be honest.
Or as many.
Yeah.
Might have the same range of late, but
crazy.
It's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Yep. All right. Anything else? Really? Chris Martin
There
deciding
was
not to retire? I didn't see
I saw that.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I saw that earlier that he wants to continue pitching. But now it's a matter of like where.
And I mean, how old is he now? He's got to be getting up there, right? 86, so he's 38, 39.
Yep. Yeah, I mean he was last I saw he was still
Yep.
talking with the Rangers, but the Rangers are like, not so sure we're going to make that move.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be 40 going into the season.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he'll be 40 in June of next year. Crazy.
Oh, middle of the year, right? Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, so we've had more updates on the World Baseball Classic. We got more guys. Kettle,
Yep.
Ketel Marte for the DR, Vientos for Nicaragua. It is official that Yamamoto is in and Roki Sasaki is out.
Yep.
Which I think makes sense for him. He needs the time to get ready after missing pretty much all of last year.
That Dominican Republic team is, yeah.
They were last time too, and then they just couldn't get it done.
I think they have some different pieces in this one than they were missing last time.
I mean, fair.
I mean,
fair.
Yeah. I mean, who's confirmed on that team right now? It's crazy.
Yeah, Sugano just got added today, so he's going to be one of the pitchers on the roster today.
Who did?
Sugano from the Orioles
on the DR's team.
Oh, sorry, Japan. I thought we were talking about Japan.
Oh my!
Sorry,
I was
DR.
like, wait a minute, what did I miss?
No, sorry.
Here?
Yeah, he's not on the DR team. He's on Team Japan.
Goodness gracious! Yeah.
Who is committed to the DR right now?
I mean, it's everybody. World Baseball Classic roster. We got. I know Ketel Marte. I know Ramirez has. I know Tatis.
Caminero, Machado, Jose Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 guys for third base.
That's fine. They I think they put like Jose Ramirez at second last time, or like.
So right now you got Junior Caminero, Jose Ramirez, Manny Machado, Perdomo, Ellie De La Cruz, Jeremy Pena, Willie Adames, Ketel Marte, Vladdy Jr., outfield, Soto, Tatis Jr., and J-Rod. On the mound, you've got Sandy Alcantara, Freddie Peralta, Christopher Sanchez, Framber Valdez, Luis Castillo. Not all these guys are confirmed yet. Bullpen would be Carlos Estevez, Johan Duran, Brian Abreu, Abner Uribe, Camilo Duvall. I mean, it's kind of nuts.
That's, oh my good gracious, man.
I mean, you literally have Junior Caminero, Manny Machado, and Jose Ramirez all for third base.
With Ellie De La Cruz, Jeremy Pena. Like, you got a lot of
Willie Adames all trying to play shortstop. Like it's kind of bananas. And that's actually one of the things that Albert Pujols has mentioned, that it's like how, like, we've got to figure out how to take this lineup, take this roster and turn it into a lineup, because we've got almost too many guys for the spots.
God, I mean,
yeah, you do.
That outfield's ridiculous.
It's obscene.
Soto, J-Rod, and Tatis.
Yeah.
Do they have a first baseman? No, I don't think I heard a single one.
Just put J-Ram or somebody over there. It doesn't matter.
J-Ram, Caminero, one of the young guys.
Yeah, whoever's biggest with the biggest wingspan goes to first.
Ellie.
No, could you imagine that guy at first base? He'd catch literally everything. You couldn't throw it past him.
No. God dang, man, that roster's crazy. I mean, if they can get a pitching staff, like a starting pitching staff, that would be ridiculous. But I mean, capping doesn't matter. Yeah, who's that J-Rod guy you got all talking about? I don't know. He's some slouch.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then you got Cubs top prospect Owen Casey's expected to play for Canada also.
Yeah. Canada's going to have a sneaky decent team, I think, up there because Denzel Clark's also playing for them.
Oh, nice. And I'm assuming Freddie's going to also, but I haven't seen that announced yet. He always does. But yeah, the DR is obscene.
That's not right. It really isn't. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I really got nothing after that. I mean, that's better than most all-star teams that we roll out.
Yeah, and then Puerto Rico, you're going to have Francisco Lindor as the captain. That's going to be another team that's got a lot of talent. Carlos Correa.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be stat. I can't wait for it. It's going to be insane baseball to watch for sure. I'm here for it.
I love the WBC. When it first started, I was like, this is kind of such a stupid, silly gimmick. And then I was like, no, this is actually like, because I thought it was just going to be like, like the All-Star game. It was going to be kind of like half-hearted, but this is like really good baseball.
Yeah.
Intense too.
Yeah. Is Gallo going to pitch for Canada? He might.
He might. If I'm him, I would.
Yeah. I would
as a way to show what I can do.
Yep. Damn, man. I can't wait. It's less than 3 months away at this point. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Yeah, I think I heard that too. Edgar and is it Yachty is the manager for Puerto Rico?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, man, incredible. But all right. Well, I got nothing else. You got nothing else, Harrison?
Nothing else. Just same rumors. Michael King rumors, Kyle Tucker rumors, but just waiting to see something happen.
Yep. So we'll continue to keep our eyes and ears open to see what happens here. Again, I say this every episode. Thank you guys in the chat for supporting what we do, coming here and talking baseball, twice a week for as long as we do every episode. It really means a lot that you guys keep coming back and talking with us. Because you are the backbone of this show. Say it every episode, and it's true. So I can't say thank you enough. How much the support means to us. So keep that rolling through the off season. We're still growing through the off season on our page, so that's good. Last year we kind of took quite a hit in the off season, but the support has been incredible for the off season for us this year. So our page is still growing. We're trying to get to 30K before Christmas. We're almost there. So share our stuff, like our stuff, comment on our stuff, help us get there, and really support what we do. I got some messages out to more guests, so hopefully we get some bites here. Really trying to get some more cool guests on the show because we just love talking baseball, and if we can hear stories from guys that actually got to live the dream that we all had, I think that's the best part of it. So we will be here again Thursday night. And thanks, Curtis. This means a lot. Yeah, thank you too. One of the best discoveries I had this year. It means a lot. Coming from a Yankees fan, that's a pretty damn good compliment. So we'll take it, Curtis. Love it.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, John. Great show. Good job, everyone. Be safe. See you on Thursday. And on that note, we'll see you Thursday.